Today I'm going to share with you my top 7 YouTubers in their 30s. I'm blinked and I'm in my 30s.
What is this? How do I go back?
I never felt more in my 30s than when I got into YouTube content, and I quickly realized that there is an abundance of amazing Gen Z YouTubers. I'm talking Life of Riza, Dr. Easy Sealy, and Tamkar. But being in my 30s, some of their content is just no longer as relatable as it once was. So this led me to a search for YouTubers in their 30s that created similar content but that better reflected my current phase of life. I soon realized that there's a lack of representation of YouTubers in their 30s making the kind of content that I like. There definitely aren't nearly as many as there are Gen Z creators, or at least not that I could find or that I necessarily related to. Something I did notice was that when I did stumble upon YouTubers in their 30s, all of the comments said the same thing. We need more YouTubers in their 30s. So that's what I'm here to share with you today, my favorite YouTubers in their 30s. And stick around till the end for a couple of bonuses as well. So getting right to it with number 7. This is Megan Batoon. She is 33 years old and she is the OG for me. She is one of the very first people that I started to follow many years ago when I'd cut my hair short and I was trying to find different ways to style it. And I came upon this video where she was talking about just that. I loved her personality so much just in this one video that I immediately subscribed, not even knowing what other type of content she posted about. Megan just seems to live this fabulous life, a way for me to see how the other side lives. So this channel is very much a form of escapism for me, but I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing from time to time. Sometimes it's exactly what you need, but also, and this is crucial, she's kind of a mess, but in the best way possible. Watch one of her videos and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But now, moving on to number 2. Katie Calloway. Katie is 32 years old and this is her first video that I saw, The Discipline Dilemma. And let me tell you, as someone who struggles with discipline, this title definitely caught my attention. I love her channel aesthetics, very clean, crispy, and generally just very grown up. She always looks put together, she's fit, she has a beautiful home. This channel just gives me vibes of a life to aspire to. Number 5 is Jen Noir. I don't know her age, but the first video that I saw of hers was this one. Starting life over in my 30s after losing almost everything. As someone who had recently quit her job without a backup plan, you better believe that this title caught my attention. I found this channel so motivating, and I think this was the first video that really made me feel understood in that situation that I was in at the time. Jen also posts day in the lifestyle vlogs and other similar type of content, and I find that she has kind of a chatty style, so I like to play her videos in the background while I'm getting ready or doing other things. Moving on to number 4, Jess Salem, I believe is how you say her last name. I'm not sure her age, but she has at least one video where she talks about being in her 30s, and this is her first video that I saw. Her channel is one that I watch when I am in the mood for some cozy girly vibes or some cozy girly financial tips. That is often what she posts about. Otherwise, she's posting homey things like clean with me, monthly resets, or other types of vlogs. She is pregnant now, which I do not relate to. My child is 17 years old and I'm not interested in having more. But if that is the type of content that you're interested in, this is definitely someone's journey that you can follow. And we've made it to the top 3, starting with indoor cats. Okay, let me tell you, this girl got over 170,000 views on her literal first YouTube video and over 20,000 subscribers. As an aspiring YouTuber, that was kind of sad for me, but we're all support, okay? Once you see her videos, it is very obvious why she got that immediate success. Go check them out and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Number 2 is Reinventing Poppy. She is 38 years old and her first video that I saw was this one. I like her channel because I feel like every time I watch one of her videos, I actually learn something that I didn't already know. So It's a channel that is still very calming, but I like that she throws data in there. So I watch it when I want a little more than something just to kind of have mindlessly. She's just down to earth, very smart, and I love how open she is about her current phase of life, which I really relate to. I still very much feel like I'm in that transition phase where I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing next. And we have made it to number 1. My current favorite YouTuber is Tisha Shrestha. She is a 34-year-old Nepali woman living in New York City, and this is her first video that I saw. She has an entire series on finding an apartment in New York City, and let me tell you that I have hardcore dreams of one day moving to New York City. So if moving to New York City in your 30s as a single female is on your list, I would definitely recommend watching her videos. I learned a ton on apartment hunting in New York City. She's also very down to earth, and I love all the little cultural tidbits I get on her channel. So there you have it, friends. Those are my top 7 YouTubers in their 30s whose content I've come to love. And now, as promised, your 2 bonuses. Now, these are bonuses and not just numbers 8 and 9 on the list, because neither of these creators are in their 30s. However, I still find their content very relatable to me. And the first one is A Better You podcast by Fernanda Ramirez. So a little caveat, this channel, as stated in the name, is first and foremost a podcast. So you really could just listen to the podcast, which is what I do. However, I found out about it on YouTube, which is why I'm including it on here. This is actually her second YouTube channel. She has her first and main one where she posts more personal things about her life, and I haven't really watched that channel because Fernanda Ramirez is most definitely not in her 30s. She is actually in her early 20s. So I feel like the content that she posts on her main YouTube channel is probably not as relatable to me as the things that she talks about in her podcast. So I would caution you not to let her age fool you. One of the reasons that I really enjoy this podcast is because she has a lot of insight that I certainly didn't have at her age. Presumably because information is so accessible nowadays, especially regarding mental health, which is often what she's talking about on her episodes. So don't knock it till you try it. But my second reason for loving this channel is because I think it's important as we age, not only to stay relevant, but to also keep a zest for life. I feel like a lot of millennials have just completely lost that zest for life. They have fully accepted the daily grind, the mundane, which I do believe it's important to be realistic. There's always going to be things that we have to do that we don't want to do, but I also think it's important to remain optimistic and to always be working towards something else. And I feel like this podcast serves as an anchor to that for me. And last but certainly not least, and the only man in this list, is Mikey Rogers. He is a content creator in his 40s based out of sunny San Diego, and this is his first video of his that I saw. He takes you into his daily life with his husband and friends, and his channel just has a completely cozy feel, and it always puts me in a better mood. I love that Mikey keeps it real. He's very down to earth, and his whole aesthetic is just... Also, he is Filipino, and I always really appreciate those little cultural tidbits. So there you have it, my top 7 YouTubers in their 30s and 2 not in their 30s. I know there are many more out there, but these happen to be the ones that I've found and that I've clicked with. So please share with me in the comments if you also love any of these creators, or if you're gonna check them out after watching this video. And of course, let me know your favorite YouTubers in their 30s. And hello, I almost forgot one more YouTuber in their 30s, me. So if you like this video, please like, share, and consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next one.